Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged and in my personal opinion, and all of these all my commentary is for entertainment purposes only, and all of the things. So tonight, you guys, we have to shout out Latrice from Bell Collective, who is the MVP. This deserves a separate video. I alluded to one of the things in my previous video, but we need to lay it all out, because Latrice had Carlos King so shook that he ran her and Destiny off the panel, you guys, which we're going to get to in a moment. So, as you guys know, it is Mel's birthday. It is 11/11. For whatever reason, Carlos King decides to have one of Mel's biggest ops on his Mr. Monday show tonight, and has Latrice from Bell Collective, who he probably was thinking, since it's a good friend of Stormy's, that this could be a nice tag team on Mel on her birthday, right? And remember, I told you that he begrudgingly had wished Mel a happy birthday, only because it was a super chat that somebody had to pay for him to acknowledge that he didn't hate Mel's guts, you guys. But it was still passive-aggressive, if you ask me. Nonetheless, like I said, they're still trying to make the fetch happen with the fans, with the millimeters, and whether or not to denounce this and denounce that. And I just gotta say, for Destiny, she is making everything about herself. And it's funny that she is talking about that she's experienced this firsthand. She's personally been impacted by this. But the person that this happened to, yourself, the person that is responsible for this, is good friends with your buddy Stormy. And if you are against ABUSE that you are accusing your ex-husband of, how is it that you're okay hanging out with an alleged and convicted ABUSER in Martel Holt, who got convicted of DV harassment in the 3rd degree? But you want to sit here and play victim and play as if, you know, woe is me, everything bad is happening to me, they're showing up to my business. What business? Isn't your stuff online? Isn't Madani closed? Make it make sense. What are you talking about? Outside of the filming inside of your house, what were people doing? Because your business was never open. So make it make sense. So nonetheless, anyways, Carlos King, he tosses it up. He sets up, those of you basketball fans, he sets up, you know, the layup for, you know, Latrice to go in and denounce the fans. And he's like, you know, there was a viral conversation, because I'm not playing Carlos King's audio because he's not striking my channel. So he was like, there was a viral moment on social media this weekend on whether or not fans are against, you know, Mel saying something to the fans, or if the people are for Mel say something for the fans. And it was a very interesting conversation. Latrice, what say you? And Latrice was like, listen, I know I'm the star of my show. I know I have the largest fan base, the Goddesses. I know that there's a lot of stuff that my own castmates lie on about me for entertainment. They like to gang up on me for entertainment, and my fans see the truth. My fans see the truth and call out the BS. So why would I tell them to stop when they're telling the truth? And then Carlos King was like, well, what if they, you know, show up to your business or whatever, start recording and blah, 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 blah. And Latrice was like, okay, well, hopefully you know how to fight and fight back if it escalates, if it gets to that. But she's like, listen, how is it okay for you guys to push a fake storyline, to push a false narrative,
that I get attacked just like how Mel gets attacked, just like how Mel gets sets up every season, just like Mel said on her own TikTok live that cast members have personally told her that they'll get whatever incentive, they'll get whatever edit or bonus or whatever to attack Mel on camera. That it is more profitable for them to go against Mel than to actually be a real friend to her. So why would Mel sit here and condemn the fans when the fans are exposing the lies? And then for some reason, Destiny keeps bringing up Beyonce and how Beyonce told her fans one time in 30 years to be quiet. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Destiny, the reason she told her fans to be quiet. And the one time she told them to be quiet, it was because of the white owner of the Golden State Warriors that her and Jay-Z had courtside seats to. The Beehive had accused the wife of the Warriors owner of looking at Jay-Z crazy. Like she was trying to get at Jay-Z. And so she, that white wife, was receiving DEATH threats to the point that technically Beyonce didn't make the statement, her publicist did, that the Beehive had to, quote, relax. But they did not relax when Lemonade came out, and they were also sending DEATH threats to Rachel Roy and to Gwyneth Paltrow and anybody that they thought was Becky with the good hair. And even Rachel Roy spoke out and said her and her kids were receiving DEATH threats from the Beehive, and Beyonce was on the mute challenge. So, no, Beyonce doesn't always speak out against the Beehive. And the only time she did the one time was through her publicist, and it was because of a white owner of an NBA team. Make it make sense. So anyways, Carlos King, then, Destiny's pissed off that Latrice is, taking this stance and all the things. And she's like, well, what about with Stormy? And Latrice is like, this is different. That's a different situation. And I'm still going to state that I don't think Latrice knows the full story of what happened, but Stormy's her girl, so it's whatever. But nonetheless, Latrice has the right perspective on things. Latrice knows that the show is going to manipulate things to get out the outcome they want, just like Winter tells us, just like Mel tells us. That they don't care what the truth is if these producers and these showrunners have their own narrative that they want to push. The reason that they're pissed off is because of the rise of the YouTubers and the people on social media who see through the BS, who have been around reality TV long enough to know what's real and what's fake and what's a setup and what's an ambush. And if you're coming for the same person every single season, every single episode, it is lame. So nonetheless, Carlos King, he's trying to pivot, but still tries to bring it back up. And Destiny is really trying to make herself, the biggest victim, that she even experienced worse than Stormy and all of these things, but does not denounce the people that Stormy supports that Destiny is claiming she was victimized by. So how victimized are you if you are cool with all the perpetrators? Make it make sense. This is why Kimmy does not see it for you, Destiny. This is why Kimmy will never like you, Destiny. Because she knows that you do the most to try to be these people's friends. You try to buy these friendships. And then anytime somebody else goes through something, all of a sudden it's your problem. All of a sudden you're going through it too. All of a sudden your situation is worse than theirs, even if theirs is 100 times worse than yours. And all of a sudden you now have the same thing happen to you as them. You've taken on their whole experience as yourself to make yourself the person that everybody needs to feel sorry for. Instead of being an actual friend and being there for them in their time of need. But no, you're making this about yourself, per usual. So the other piece that I want to get to is when and this was the part where Carlos King abruptly ends the live, kicks Destiny and Latrice off the panel to bring in Dustin when he could have kept them on a lot longer. And that was because Carlos King is hyping up the season finale of this season's Bell Collective, saying that it makes the Madani melee on Love and Marriage Huntsville look like Madonna. And makes it look like it's child's play in comparison to the alleged fireworks we're supposed to see on this season finale of Bell Collective, right? And so Latrice is like, well, y'all better make sure y'all show everything that happens, because y'all like to cut stuff out. Y'all like to edit stuff out. Make sure you show everything beginning to end. And Carlos King was like, whoa. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Destiny and Latrice. What an epic fail, Carlos. See, this is what happens when you do clownery. This is what happens when you go into something with the wrong intentions. This is what instant karma, the same karma you were talking about at the beginning of your live that you were expecting all the fans to experience, that is karma firsthand. Of your own cast members exposing you. Just like Akeisha did. And now Latrice has done. Letting you know to your face that you be on some BS with these TV shows, and that you're not always showing the real in reality TV if you want a certain false narrative to be pushed, which is why there are so many people that support Mel that call out the BS. But you guys certain people want to try to put, a few extreme things that have happened and try to put that all into one box and make it representative of everybody, and it's not true. And then it's funny because Carlos King even shouted out the person that Destiny was supposedly victimized by and all the things. So it's like, how bad was it, really, Destiny? How bad was it? But it was just hilarious because anytime Carlos King rightfully gets called out, especially by his own cast members, he quickly pivots and tries to shut it down, just like he did with the Reality with the King Live in Huntsville with Mel, when Mel exposed Carlos King and told him that he was full of it, that she thought that he didn't know any of the stuff that Martell was doing, that Mel had to get security, that Mel felt alone, that Mel did not feel protected as a black woman, and started crying. And Carlos King is like, Well, I was very removed from the show. Let's bring out Sonny and Moses, you guys. What? It's the lack of compassion for me. It's the lack of empathy for me, and it is the audacity for me. But Carlos King, if these people, former and current cast members, if people are quitting your show because your plan to ambush a fan base completely backfires, if people are calling you out to your face that the show is presenting false storylines to attack the same cast members every season, why doesn't that buy a clue that maybe your way isn't working? And that insulting the fans is not going to work either. And trying to, insult the intelligence of the people is not going to go your way either. And it was just glorious, you guys. It was absolutely glorious because I love that Latrice stands on her own, is not with the BS, is not with the fakery, and is going to tell Carlos King to his face, listen, you're on some BS. And heck no, I'm not going to say anything to my fans. They are the ones that are telling me the tea. And they're the ones that see the truth as I see the truth. But you guys want to edit a different show. that doesn't make any sense other than to send hate my way. But my actual fans, my goddess fans, know what's up. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.